Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Elizabeth. I make mom and lifestyle videos, so if you enjoy that kind of content, make sure you subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I also want to give a shout out to all of my current subscribers. I hit over 100 this past week, and that means so much to me, just to be able to have a little community and to support each other. So thank you so much if you're already a subscriber. I'm mom to a toddler, Dominic, and currently pregnant with our second baby, a little girl. Today, I'm exactly 38 weeks pregnant, so in this update, I'll be talking about what's been going on in my pregnancy over the last week. Right now, in fruit sizes, my baby is about the size of a winter melon, and I've never eaten a winter melon, so I don't know really how big that is. She's probably around 6.5 pounds. For my weight gain, I've gained about 1 more pound this week, so again, pretty much typical. I've gained about 29 pounds this pregnancy, putting me at about 156. As far as my cravings this week, I did actually crave pasta again. I had some leftover ravioli in the freezer, so I cooked that with some of my homemade sauce that was in the freezer and some vegetables on the side. If you have a Sam's Club membership, they have really good frozen ravioli. My family actually makes it completely homemade, like once every 2 years or so. It is phenomenal, but that is an entire day's worth of work, so we usually just settle for the Sam's Club one in the meantime. As far as my symptoms this week, really not anything too new. I've been having slightly more Braxton Hicks contractions, up to about 4 to 5 a day. A week ago, actually Monday, when I was filming this video, I mentioned that I was having more Braxton Hicks than normal. I probably ended up having over 20 that day, so that was a little bit crazy, but since then it's been back to that, about 4 or 5. Last week, both at my prenatal and my chiropractor appointment, they both said that baby is definitely head down, probably facing the right direction too, with her head towards my back and her butt out this way. Last week, I had definitely felt that she had dropped and her head was in my pelvis. But then a few days ago, she popped herself back out and she was actually kind of going sideways. I could feel her butt way over here and her feet down in the corner over here. So as long as she doesn't flip breech, I don't mind, but hopefully she gets herself back into the right position. It seems like since then, like sometimes she's completely straight, sometimes she's a little bit crooked. She, especially when she was smaller, she loved being transverse, which is like sideways. So she just does her own thing, does whatever she wants, and I think she's going to very much have a personality when she's, even when she's a newborn. I had my prenatal appointment a few days ago, and I decided to get checked. With Dominic, I didn't get checked until 39 weeks. But for some people, it can be a little bit painful. For me, it's never painful. And honestly, I'm just curious. It doesn't really mean anything because you can be a centimeter or a couple centimeters dilated for weeks, or you could go from 0 to in full-blown labor in a matter of hours. And I know with Dominic, when I was checked at 39 weeks, I was already a 2, and then he was born 8 days after I was checked at that appointment. And I was checked a week after that, and I was dilated to a 3. So being dilated to a 2 doesn't necessarily mean much, but she said I was dilated almost to a 2. So I'm just really curious to see what the progression looks like, and if I'm dilated anymore at my next appointment. I have kind of like a birth plan set up. At my hospital, they actually have what's called birth preferences that you can fill out, and you can select among their options what is your preferences for your birth. I did that with Dominic, and I've done it again. It's pretty similar this time. Most of it is stuff that I've mentioned in my videos before, but if you want me to go over it in more detail, leave a comment below. I don't think I want to do that today, but I could maybe do that next week. As far as my nesting, I think I have all of my nesting pretty much done. We got the car seat installed the other day, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Honestly, I'm pretty much ready for this baby to come. Over the last week and weekend, I made a few batches of Lactation cookies and muffins. I don't know if they actually help my supply very much because I ate them some with Dominic and it didn't really seem to make a difference, but guess what? They're delicious and slightly healthier for you than regular treats. The 3 ingredients, they're called galactagogues. That just means they help you produce more milk. Some people respond better to galactagogues than other people. But anyway, the ones that are commonly used in baking are oatmeal, flaxseed, and brewer's yeast. So you just add those ingredients in. I'll link the recipes that I used below. The cookies, they were a little bit on the crumbly side, so if I make them again, I will try it with less flour. But the muffins actually turned out really good. I overbaked them a little bit because we were putting Dominic down for a nap at the same time as they were ready to be taken out. But luckily they didn't burn. They just got a little bit overdone, but they actually turned out really good and they're super tasty. So I would definitely recommend the muffins. Good. The cookies are really good. I'm just gonna try it next fall, less flour if I do it again. They don't taste weird or anything with the ingredients. The brewer's yeast smells a little bit funny, but you don't use enough to make it actually taste funky. My husband tried some of them and he likes them too. So anyone can eat them. It's not going to cause problems for anyone. Last week I finished getting our diaper station ready, so here's what that looks like. So this is what our little diaper changing station slash possible nap area looks like. Here we have the pack and play. It has a bassinet insert in here. This is the diaper changing insert. I get these bamboo waterproof linings. They are amazing. I highly recommend them. I have 3, so I might actually get some more because we still have a diaper changing station upstairs for Dominic and he uses them as well. But yeah, this is perfect. So if you get some, if you get any stains or anything on here, you just pull it off, throw it in the washing machine, and then the thing underneath stays clean. Still you'll get a little bit of gunk on that every once in a while and you can wipe it clean, but overall this makes it much easier. And then I have this, it's kind of like a generic DockATot. Dominic didn't really care for it. He never took naps in it or anything like that. But it's a nice place to just stick the baby and they can be reasonably comfortable if you have to go wash your hands or do something really fast. You don't want to leave them in there for a super long time, but just for a couple minutes, it's gonna be fine. I have a little table with drawers here for all of our stuff, a little diaper caddy on top. Here's a pack of newborn diapers. I don't have a tube of diaper rash cream, I just have a sample size, but I have plenty more of that upstairs and can get more if I need more. And then I don't have any wipes in here yet. This is going to be for my cloth wipes. I love cloth wipes, but you can't prepare them ahead of time since they'll get all musty and nasty. And then in the drawers, we have clothes up here. We have a mix. This is newborn size. We have a mix of long sleeve and some short sleeve underneath. We keep our house pretty warm, so she should be fine in either. Couple hats, some bows and headbands that are just adorable, some pants with little feet built in. I definitely recommend footed pants for at least the first few months because babies don't really need shoes until they're walking and their socks are just going to immediately fall off. So especially if you need to take them out for like a doctor's appointment or something and you don't want their feet getting cold, you just throw these on and you don't have to worry about it. I'll put a link to the stuff that I got on Amazon below for you. And then here we have, this is some slightly bigger clothes and then some sleeping stuff like the sleep sacks. And then this is just a sleeper. Some of this is kind of like boy colors, but I didn't want to buy all new stuff for her. It's relatively neutral except for the little truck, but guess what? Girls can drive trucks and work in construction too. So it's not a big deal for me. And then this one's mostly empty. We just have a couple little like mittens and socks, and I didn't use those very much with Dominic anyway, but it's nice to have just in case you need it. And that is our diaper changing and clothes area. We've officially been quarantining already for a week. So the only place we went this past week was to the chiropractor. Then we've just been trying to keep ourselves busy over the weekend so we don't get too stir crazy or anything. So on Amazon, if you select no rush shipping, you can get digital credits. So I had saved a bunch of my digital credits and we rented the last Star Wars movie and we're like, we know this is going to be terrible, but we kind of just want to see it anyway. So we watched that and popped some popcorn. We ended up watching part of it while Dominic was taking his nap and then finished it after he went to bed. But yeah, it was pretty terrible. So I definitely don't recommend it. The whole movie, we were commenting back and forth to each other about how everything that happened made no sense. There were either plot holes or they just randomly said something and didn't explain it. They had new force powers that had never been mentioned before in another Star Wars movie. It was just kind of crazy. But it was nice to be able to have popcorn and watch a movie with my husband. We don't do stuff like that too often, so it was kind of like a little quarantine treat. We'll probably plan on doing something else similar next weekend. If I make it that far, we'll see. That is everything for this week, so I'll go ahead and show you the bump. Here's the front. My stretch marks are starting to get just a little bit red, but I haven't noticed any new ones. And here's the side. Last week I felt like she was lower and she's come back up some. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.